Okay, peeps, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about our journey so far on YouTube and responding to comments. All right, let's get it. So the first thing that we want to bring up is we have been monetized. Thank you everybody for helping us get to this point. As you guys can see, our sub count is going up pretty fast. I think it was just a month ago. We were only at roughly about half of this number. So again, thank you all for this. We're going to continue to provide as much information and quality content as we can for you guys. We have a very limited schedule, so basically just expect one video a day. We're kind of doing a lot. So I work a full-time job. We physically train 2 or 3 days a week in some cases for 2 to 3 hours per session. We're day trading futures. We're following swing trading stocks. We follow the crypto markets, crypto news, traditional news, the Fed, politics. We got to manage our own portfolios and live our own life and stuff like that. And we're still trying to get content up to you guys here on the social media platforms. So just kind of bear with us on that. The very first video that we uploaded was actually a long time ago. It was right around the end of July. So this channel itself is only about 3 months old. We have been getting some dislikes on these videos. I mean, that's cool. You know, haters gonna hate. They're gonna do what they do. I don't really care, honestly. We don't care. So the more that they come and watch these videos, the more they help grow our channel, and the more we get paid through monetization. So, and our goal here is to try to continue to get content out to more people who really want to transform their lives in the finance space. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some of the comments. So I'm going to try to go through these pretty quickly. Depends on what the comment is. We'll just have to wait and see. Ethan Galstead, we do follow his channel. We're subscribed to him. If you guys haven't seen his videos, he's a very wealthy guy. I think he's worth like 8 figures. He's pretty smart. He's very smart, actually. And we have certainly gained a lot of knowledge from him and learned a lot from him. And we like him overall. We really do. We think he's pretty amazing. So if y'all want to go check him out, you can. But so let's go ahead and get into it. CJ commented, "Say it ain't so." I think that was just in reference to the title of this video. The reason why we made this title is because someone said Coney was a scam. So we decided to make a video about it. Pretty sure they'll think twice next time about saying some nonsense like that. I mean, these same people probably are just, into their eyeballs in debt and spending 24 hours a day watching 5-second TikTok videos. Just my opinion, of course. I don't know. And personally, don't really care. So, Jeff Hankel says, "Thank you so much for all the research and information that you provide." Absolutely, man. You're welcome. That's what we do here. We're going to try to continue to update you guys and let you guys know what's going on with the markets and stuff. It really requires a lot of time to be able to follow all these different markets, crypto, stocks, futures, foreign exchange, the Fed, politics, war. It requires a lot of time and energy to follow each of them individually. So we kind of try to summarize it all for you guys here. So this guy, Michael Heidi, goes into basically talking about doing covered calls and options for 6 years himself. He says that basically because of the time constraints, he, and being a W-2 worker, that he would gladly pay the expense ratio. And anyone who has done covered calls knows it's not unreasonable in a good year to make 2% plus in a month or 24% annually. So yeah, basically what he's saying is, as an experienced options trader, what the guys at YieldMax do is acts absolutely reasonable. The difference is the guys at YieldMax are making it available to the public, as to where people like this guy right here are doing it in their own free time. So I guess it could be assumed that Mr. Pastricelli over YieldMax is basically taking his experience and created an actual, like, a fund company, so on out of it. Of course, just my opinion. Nothing here is based as facts. So Kangri says the fund manager himself said if you lose the dividend, or if you use the dividend payment for bills, that you will lose share price. Tesla reaches a level like Apple or Microsoft, it will lose implied volatilities. So in the long term, I think what this guy's saying is he thinks that the share price will go down. Again, like we've told you guys before, and this applies to all assets. It doesn't matter if it's covered call strategies, growth stocks, crypto, dividend paying stocks. If there's a yield involved, there's always a price yield inverse correlation. What that means is if the prices are going to all time highs, the yield's going to come down. If the prices are going to all time lows, the yield's going to go up. And that's always true. It never changes. It doesn't matter what the vehicle is. So the good thing about that is no matter what, you're going to make money. If it goes up, if the price goes up, you can sell for profit and then you can move that money to something else. So that's always an option. I don't really know how that would be a bad thing, to be honest. So moving on to the next comment, Evolution Fitness Brookfield says if they just trade it in a range but keep giving off good dividends and buy and hold, let it compound for years, it'll be a literal money printing machine. People seem to freak out that the price is going down. Do they not realize that stocks go up and go down? I mean, yeah, he's absolutely right. We trade, day trade, swing trade, and invest. And I'm here to tell y'all the markets are going to be volatile all the time, 24/7, 365. Doesn't matter what the market is. Expect the prices to go up, expect the prices to go down. So, next comment, A Roy 3719, Triple QY employs an interesting algorithm on NDX down days. Triple QY loses 0.25%. So if NASDAQ loses 2%, Triple QY will be down 1.75%. Yeah, this is kind of the nature of covered calls. The idea is that when the price of the underlying goes down, the covered call goes down less. So he says if NDX goes up 2%, Triple QY will go up 0.7% for the day. So yeah, he's basically saying like he might be a little bit bearish here on the Triple QYs according to this. This is just my opinion and how I interpret it, of course. But what you have to understand about these covered call ETFs is the markets overall generally go up 2/3 of the time, and only a third of the time they're bearish. This is the historical data for roughly about 50 to 100 years. So if the markets go up more often than they go down, then over the long haul, most likely these ETFs are going to go up in value, or at the very least stay flat. I can tell you guys that as someone who's been in the markets, multiple markets, for almost a decade. So does anyone know if Tesla dividends are qualified or unqualified? That's a good question. It could be either or. It is based in the US, and US-based companies are qualified, considered to be qualified. Again, check with your CPA on this. But they are not actual stocks like Apple or Procter & Gamble or something like that. So maybe it's unqualified. That's not really a question I can answer. We can only really answer that when we do our taxes next year. So this was just a response to the comment that he left, so we're not going to answer this. Kansas Plowboy says, I am a new subscriber because of your Grayscale coverage. He basically goes on to say that he held Grayscale ETH for 15 months and if disappointed, a spot ETF will evaporate premium, so looking to break even on ETH and convert to LTCN. Great content. You're welcome. Yeah, one of the reasons why we picked LTCN over the Grayscale ETH and Bitcoin trusts is because we pretty much figured that when these institutions get their ETFs approved, the first thing that they're going to go for is Bitcoin and ETH because they're the largest cryptocurrencies in the market. And they want to, and by going after these, they get the biggest market share in crypto. It just makes sense. So if they do an LTCN spot ETF, I really highly doubt it's going to be before the end of the next bull cycle. I think maybe the next cycle after this next bull market top. So this comment, I'm thinking that's probably a bot, but whether it is or not, you're welcome. Reginald Marcellus commented, stop jumping around, flying your mouse and scrolling so fast. Yep, sorry, dude. That's just how we do this channel here. If you don't like it, well, I don't know what to tell you. We're very fast paced here because we are traders. And as traders, we literally sometimes have to get in and out of trades within seconds. So understand there's a reason why we do what we do. What platform are we using? This is talking about the crypto. We're not going to tell you, like, if you're wondering like what our account information is and stuff like that, we're not going to tell you that. We will say that the Grayscale ETFs are available on Fidelity and probably some other sites. Just do your research and figure it out. Thanks for setting things straight on whether Coney is a scam or not. You're welcome. I've got Coney buy and hold. Same for us. I picked up a couple more shares of Coney today. Cost basis is fine. Positive vibes. Yep, we agree with that. I expect large fluctuations. This is Doug Christensen, 7631. In yield, my only worry is, can the guy pulling the lever continue to make money? I would say probably nothing's a guarantee, but probably yes. I mean, the guys over at YieldMax, they have almost $1 billion in assets under management, and they're still managed to pump out some pretty good yields. So I would say the probability is probably more in the favor of the answer being yes. So this is a cool chick that we follow. Again, not sure if this is a bot or not, but you're welcome. I'm already in and also buying every day. This is referring to the FEPI ETF. This is from Cash Hawkins. Pretty cool name. Well, that's great and all. I don't think it would be a bad thing to hold FEPI, but we're not going to buy any until we see what the yield is first. Kansas Plowboy again, great content. Could you please do prediction on Grayscale Bitcoin Cash, please? Just a quick follow-up for that. We think that maybe a 20 to 40x from current prices. If you go take a look at the current prices right now, I think BCHG is like around $1.50, $1.60, something like that, and the high is at $60. The price potential, unless it goes above the previous high, could be somewhere between a 20 to 40x, we think is realistic. But yeah, at some point we'll make a video on it. Looking forward to seeing what the fund can do. Again, this is about FEPI. We agree. We would like to pick some up, assuming that the yield is as bullish as people say it is. And I would love to see a review on the strategy a month later to see how you did. This is on our video a long time ago from basically saying we think the price of Tesla is going to go up and the price of NVIDIA is going to go down. It did actually end up playing out that way. Because again, we're swing traders. We take a look at the price action of the underlying stocks. So we kind of are able to gain a thesis based on multiple indicators, market experience and psychology, and news events that we think at some point shortly in the future thereafter we make our consensus that we think the price action on whatever we're looking at is going to reverse. Whether it actually happens or not, well, that pretty much always remains to be seen. But in this case, it did actually come true. So unfortunately, we can't give you a video on whether it played out like that or not, but you guys can see based on price action that it did play out like that. The reason we say we can't make a video on this is because this video itself is like a couple months old, so it's kind of already past due. Anyways, we hope you all enjoyed the content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see y'all later. Peace.